Open your eyes.
But why are you presuming I'm the blinded one? Maybe you're the misguided one.
Well, why am I misguided then?
Because you
So
keep
what
you
have you
because
seen?
no, I'm not saying what I've seen. I'm going.
No,
I'm.
answer this
Let me
question,
speak.
right?
Let
No,
me.
answer this question. Well, basically, I showed you a picture about 5 days ago of a pyramid that I was looking at. Well, it looked like a pyramid because it's like this. It goes up, then then it goes down. So it's like a three-sided pyramid. So on Google Mars, you've got these orbiter like satellites that take in high res pictures, and you can click on a certain area which has it. You can get some good quality pictures of it, which I've just sent you the links.
Okay, so I'm looking at. Is this the same thing you sent me a minute ago?
Yeah, there's two.
Whereabouts on the other picture am I meant to be looking? I just see a big gold strip.
Well, it's at the top. You can't miss it. It sticks out like a bloody sore thumb.
Oh, there it is. Now, is that a pyramid or is it a crater?
It's a pyramid. It's fucking because the sun's shining. You can tell where the sun's shining.
Yeah. From the left.
Yeah. And there's a crater right next to it.
Hang on a minute, Gal. I'm having an optical illusion here. These craters now look like they're coming. Oh no, they don't.
They look like they're fucking.
1 minute they're coming out, and 1 minute they're going in.
Yeah, you can't fucking.
You look at it for long enough, they look like they're little bubbles, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, and then you look somewhere else and go, oh yeah, they're going down. Well, it's just a rock formation, isn't it?
I don't think it is.
Well, why would they build it like that?
An ancient pyramid.
But it's not even straight. It's not symmetrical in any way.
Oh, look at the erosion on it, for fuck's sake. How long's it been there, for starters?
What do you mean the erosion on it? It's a rock that's probably been hit by a couple of bloody meteors to form a crater.
Yeah, but look, it's a three-sided pyramid. 1, 2, 3.
Well,
It goes up, and then it goes down at a point at the top.
Okay, I agree. I do agree. I'm not disputing what I can see, but
And it's on a kind of like a plateau as well.
it's on a plateau.
Oh, look at it. It's a plateau, ain't it? It's flat on the top.
Really?
And that's what it's built on.
It's flat on the top, and that's what it's built on.
Yeah.
Do you never just look at it and go, it's a bit of a weird rock? Not even weird, it's just a rock.
Well, no, because I've seen a few things on YouTube about they found like another pyramid in Egypt,
Okay.
and it's similar to this, to be honest. You wouldn't expect it to be a pyramid, but it is, and it's just got a load of erosion on it. So
Right, so it's a pyramid then, alright? So, who's put it there?
well, obviously, the people that once lived there, I guess.
So you think, right, let's say people on Mars.
You know as well as I do that they've found structures, they've found objects on Mars. You know it. You've seen some of this yourself.
Right, but listen a minute. According to you, the civilization on Mars only got as far as the ancient Egyptians, and then they've all been killed out. Because there's nothing beyond that. There's no skyscrapers, there's no roads.
Well, put it this way, right? I've put a measuring tape on this, right? And it goes up.
What do you mean you put a measuring tape on it?
On Google Earth. I've measured from the point upwards, it's 1 mile. To the other point, it's about 1 mile. Exactly.
Right, well, guess what? Guess what, mate?
So it's 1 mile up. That's massive.
Not that big. It's not that big. In terms of
It is.
mountains, a mile ain't that high at all.
Well, it's bigger than the pyramids of Giza.
Right, hang on.
Much bigger.
I don't know the stats here. Let's have a little look. A mile is 1,609 meters. How high are the...
At the base of it, it's about 1.16 miles at the base. So not only is it...
So it's 10 times the size as the pyramids in Giza.
So not only is it over a mile...
But you're judging that by a man-made structure of the pyramid. If we convert that to Mount Everest is 8,848 meters high. And that thing is 1,600 meters high. So it's only 1/8 the height of Everest. It's less than a quarter of the size of Everest. So when you say it's
big.
Massive, it's
it will stick out like a sore thumb if
in that area because it's all flat. But you know, if you flattened all the land around Everest, right, you'd say that sticks out like a sore thumb. How high is Ayers Rock? Let's have a look at that. How high is Ayers Rock? So 863 meters is Ayers Rock.
I mean,
So it's half. It's twice the height of Ayers Rock.
Yeah, and that's massive on its own.
Yeah, because there's nothing else around it, so it looks bigger than it is. It's like when you shave your pubes, your cock looks bigger.
So what about this pyramid then?
Oh yeah, back to the pyramid. Well, I don't reckon it's a pyramid.
Well, I reckon it is a pyramid.
All right.
I think it is some man-made structure.
Man-made.
Alien-made. Whatever.
Alien-made. Now, how big are these aliens? Because now, in human terms, that's 8,000 meters. That was 10 times taller than the pyramids in Giza. Now, if these aliens are 10 times taller than us, then that's a regular-sized pyramid. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, that's true, but they might just be well good at making stuff.
Well, they're not that good because look at it. It's not even symmetrical.
Look
How long the pyramids have been there on Earth, and they're still symmetrical.
Yeah, but how long have these been here? These could be been here for millions of years.
Yeah, they could have done. But
look, there's even meteorites have hit it, or something that's hit it.
But look at it; it's all crumbled round the outside. Like down the bottom, it's not square, it's not round. It's all just a weird shape. Where did you measure from? The tip?
No, I measured from the bottom corner
What
to
do you mean
the
the
top.
bottom corner? Though, like, what the floor? Do you
I
mean?
measured the other side as well.
Honestly, it looks like it's got a flat top. It's not a pointed top; it's a flat top.
No, because you can clearly tell that it goes down at the end as well. It goes up, then it kind of goes down.
Yeah, but look on that corner. If you look at that second image,
Yeah.
what can we refer to that? Not the MOC one, the one that says CTX.
Actually, you might be right.
It looks like it's a flat triangle, and on one of the corners is where a meteor has hit it.
Yeah.
There's a little black grey circle in it, like a dark circle.
Yeah.
Right, now the top of that has got a little black circle on top of the triangle, right in the centre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that looks like it looks like a base of something. Yeah, it builds up, goes flat, and then it sort of goes up in a triangle, like you say, but then the top is flat, like a flat triangle. Like it's been shaved off. Rather than a point, because a point...
Yeah, but then that could be perspective. Like you know when you look at those craters, they look like bubbles, don't they? They look like domes. But that's just your eyes playing tricks with you. Now this could be the same thing.
But if you look on the upside down image, clearly that dark side's one side, the medium side's the other side, and you've got quite a light white side. That's the third side, and then the top is kind of a middle grey, where it's not consistently running up on each side.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of like runs up and then it sort of changes to light grey, where it's like the angles change from the position of the light to give it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So I reckon it's got a flat top.
So if it has got a flat top, what does that mean?
They didn't finish building their pyramid.
Well, so you now believe that it's pyramid.
Well, if it's a pyramid, according to you, they didn't finish it unless there was something on top that's not on top anymore.
Yeah.
Like a different material, maybe, or something that's just all decayed and gone away.
And another thing, if you look closely on the, if you look to the left, there's like an S.
All right.
Looks like an S, then next to it looks like a B.
Oh yeah. Yes, or maybe a D,
Yeah.
and then a minus sign on the side of that.
Yeah. Ain't that weird?
It is weird that a whole different species has got the same letters as us, you knob. Of course it's not letters. Why'd they be writing English? You fucking idiot.
I'm always saying it's bizarre. Look, I mean.
Well, it is bizarre, but you know, why would they come up with their own language? Better
How do we
question.
know we ain't the Martians then? How do we know that they
What?
didn't come here after their
Maybe they
the
have.
destination?
You know, maybe. What? Firstly, they seem to have only developed into pyramids. Yeah, I can't see any technology anywhere. Right? So how the fuck did they get from Mars to Earth?
Yeah.
Secondly, let's say somehow there was a species living on Mars, and then something's happening into their planet, too much pollution, or the climate's changing, or whatever reason. They have to get off their planet and go to another planet, and maybe they successfully did it. But nowhere in human history is it recorded on a fucking side of a rock, caveman paintings and stuff like that, that anything came to Earth, and that's how we've sort of spread.
Well, I reckon what happened was there was a catastrophe, and something happened all of a sudden because you've got all these craters on Mars, and there's so many of them. So something happened.
Well, that's crazy.
It was,
Planets get bust
What?
off all the time.
I'm
What's
just
the
saying.
atmosphere like on Mars? There ain't much of it, is there?
No, it's thin. So something must have
So
happened.
exactly, anything that's going into Mars just gets straight through to the land, whereas the Earth's atmosphere is dense and everything gets burnt up. Most of it gets burnt up.
Yeah, but you would say that because you're not open-minded.
Mate, I am very open-minded. There is...
You're not, because someone could easily show you something that's clearly man-made on Mars, and you'd go, nah.
Well, if it was
That's
clearly man-made, then I go, yeah, it's clearly man-made. But that's not clearly man-made. You didn't even presume it had a flat top till I mentioned it.
Well,
But,
we
where's
still
the
don't
other
know
stuff?
about
Where's
that
why
top.
do they just live in barren landscape and put one thing up or something? Look, if everyone died on Earth, let's say a virus overtook us in a week and everyone was dead, couldn't find a cure, all of humanity is gone. The world would look the same for a little bit, and then nature would slowly come back, reclaim everything. Eventually all the buildings would just fall apart into disrepair, just crumble. But it's going to be thousands of years for like all the metalwork of skyscrapers just to be eroded away.
But who's to say this ain't something that's man-made?
Yeah,
Because look,
But if that's
I mean-
man-made, where's everything else I'm saying? Like, for literally, I'd say 1 million years to come, if you looked at Earth, you'd go, there's quite a lot of man-made structure still on Earth.
hell, this could be some millionaires, Martian millionaires pad in the middle of nowhere, and it just happened to be destroyed.
Right? What the hell, man? You've got this whole sort of fan fiction about Mars in your mind. There's nothing.
It was just
How
a
far
joke,
away is
but I'm
that?
just
How far
saying.
away is that from the next thing you found? Like the face. Where's the face on Mars that everyone talks about, right? How far away? Is it on the other side of the planet? Because surely, as you build shit together, right? Now, this is what you're not thinking about. I'm going to blow your mind here. Look at the Earth, right? The Earth is mostly water.
Yeah.
But if you had no water, yeah, like the Earth, the way the Earth works, here's England, and then the coast sort of comes down, yeah, it goes into the water, now the water level's there, but England keeps going down, down, down. There's still ground under there, yeah, and eventually it goes up again, and then you're in France, right, and all that area in the middle is filled with water. So if you suck all the water off of Earth and you just have land, England now looks like a massive fucking mountain. Yeah? It looks like a mountain because there's no water. Do you understand? Like where the water is,
I get that.
it goes down, right? And then you've got the landforms up here. So how do we know all of that area on that Mars thing, except from the top of this pyramid, wasn't water, and that pyramid's basically an island?
I get what you're saying.
right? So where you've got all that weird sort of blobby mass at the bottom, that's sort of like their reef area, and like where the land starts coming up,
Mm.
and then like it's shallow. So where all the craters are, everywhere else, that's the seabed. That's why it's all mostly flat all the fucking time. It's the seabed, right? And then just that little bit there was a little tiny island. Well, maybe not that little. It's quite big, but it's an island or a country. If you was living on the planet, it'd be a country. But all the water's gone. Don't know where it's gone. It's just evaporated or something because maybe the atmosphere got. Well, you can't really say that the atmosphere got burnt off because Mars is further from the sun than Earth.
Well, all in from where that the plateau is, it's about 2.3 miles. No, 2.33 miles.
That's not that far. If it was an island size, that ain't that big, is it?
Well, we don't really know for sure, do we?
No, but I'm just saying, if you was to cover the Earth, if you was to cover Mars, I'd quite like to see somebody make a 3D simulation of Mars, yeah, using all this information, and then slowly increase the water level, like from 1 metre to 2 metres to 3 metres, to see what the shape of the land would look like if it was slowly filled with water.
Yeah.
Because like the Earth, if you raise the sea level by a couple of metres, all the landforms change. They all change shape because the water's risen. The same if you put the water down. Suddenly everyone's country's bigger. You've got all this extra space. Like if you was to take, let's say, 200 metres of sea depth, just away from around the world, right? Just poof, 200 metres everywhere down. Think how much more land you'd have.
Well, you might be right, but is there any evidence of the surrounding area being a seabed?
Well, it depends how long it takes for that to sort of fuck off. Like, obviously,
Does it really fuck off? Does it?
Well, like you're not going to have craters at the bottom of the sea, but if there's no sea there to stop the crater, the meteor hitting, then of course it's going to hit, and then you've got just the fact that it looks so flat everywhere. Everywhere is really flat. Let me have a look at another picture. They all look flat, except they've got some wrinkles over here. I'm not saying there's fish and everything.
But is our sea really flat? Really?
Well,
Because
I don't know.
You just explained that it keeps going down and it's like up and down.
Well, yeah, like so. Look, you want to go England and Ireland? They're quite close together, right? So the water in between England and Ireland is deep, but it's not as deep as like the Atlantic Ocean, right? But it's deep. It's fucking deep. I'm not denying it's deep. But the thing is, you got England there, or Wales. You get to Wales, and then the coast sort of goes down because you can walk into the ocean, and eventually it goes above the water. Will go above your head if you keep walking, but you go down and down and down and down and down until you get down. Eventually, you start coming back up again on the other side.
Yeah.
A good way, if you was to ever play the Mad Max game, it's you'd see it because in the Mad Max, there's no water, and basically you're just driving around on the bottom of the seabed, and there's this like massive boat, and then there's like a cliff face where the land had started. Yeah, because it doesn't. It's not. I'm not saying it's a smooth, like goes down smoothly. Sometimes it goes along and then fucking just drops.
Yeah.
I remember. I was somewhere like that. I was out somewhere in the ocean years ago when I was little, and it was just like it's going along, and it just dropped, and I thought, whoa, thought I was going to fall, but I wasn't in the water, so it didn't make any sense. But yeah, it would be like like let's look at that picture again. That one, CTX one, right?
Yeah.
You've got the pyramid there on the left, and then if you go right, you've got this white sort of streak going down the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, clearly that's where the land's getting raised up a bit, and then further along it gets raised up a bit more, and maybe it drops down. There's like all these like wrinkles. There's all these sort of wrinkles in it.
Well, how do we know that's? Oh yeah, it is getting raised up slightly.
So it's not like a dusty line carved in the ground, is it? It's elevation and all that business.
Well, you might be right, but
you can
we
clearly
never know for
see
certain.
it. But if you used to go and look at pictures of deserts on Earth, put them in black and white, mate. Then oh no, I've got an idea. I do. I will come up with it right now. Right, this is what we're doing. I'm going to present to you 5 images. One of them is going to be fake. I'm going to make the most realistic fake image of Mars I can find, or I can make.
Alright, then.
And I want you to pick out the one that you think is Earth. One of them will be Earth, because where else am I going to get the information from? So you can have 4 pictures of Mars, 1 picture of Earth, and your challenge is to pick out the one you believe is Earth. Alright?
Alright.
That challenge is going to take place, I don't know when, when I've got time. But we're going to do that. Gary's Mars Earth Challenge. And if you get it wrong, you ain't got never bring up Mars again on his channel.
No, I'll keep bringing up Mars. I'll keep bringing up Mars until you open your eyes.
But why are you presuming I'm the blinded one? Maybe you're the misguided one.
Well, why am I misguided then?
Because
What have you seen?
No, I'm not saying what I've seen. I'm going. Let me speak.
Answer this question, Tel. Have you gone out of your way to look at these things?
No, because at no point in my life will it ever affect me.
It may not affect you, but it's a human curiosity.
Yeah, it's curious, but I'm not curious about that.
But why ain't you?
Because I'm not curious about what's on Mars, because it's not going to affect my life in any way, shape or form whatsoever. Like, okay, that's a pyramid, and yes, we've got solid proof that ancient aliens built it and they lived there, and those look like craters, but they're actually domes, right? Yes, it's all confirmed. It's 100%. They've got all the evidence. So what? What's happened? Oh, now we know that. Brilliant. What next? What does that mean? I don't get to go to work that day when we discover that? What does it mean? If that was the case, if you
had
get
this conversation once before, and you're saying exactly the same things you said to me 4 years ago.
I don't know. If they rewarded me with 100 days off work when that got discovered, I'd be searching all day long, yeah, looking for stuff on Mars. But because there's no benefit to me and my life whatsoever, I'm not a scientist.
It's interesting. It's interesting to.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. But there's a lot of people in the world who can go and find it and then go, look what we've discovered. And I'd look at it and go, fuck me. Look what they've discovered. Or I'll look at it and go, bullshit. Because you've come out with this. Listen. If you'd gone to college and university and you studied like land formations and planets and astrology and all this shit, and you had like PhDs, mate, I'd look at you in the face and I'd be listening with intent and like, what is he talking about? This is amazing, unbelievable. But because you haven't done that, yeah, and you work in a betting shop, you ain't got a clue what you're talking about. So I can just go, well, you don't know, I don't know. Until Stephen Hawking comes along with his little speak and spell and tells me otherwise, I don't care about it.